Hey there everyone, it's my first video. I'm a little bit excited. I started with this sketch that I'd made previously. I might show how to do sketches like this in a future video, but we'll see, maybe. Anyway, so here I am, my beautiful materials. I'm starting with the 4H pen, and I'm just doing some fur textures. Just outlining it so that like when I go to the inking part, it's more easy to see where I'm tracing. I've made the cheeks very fluffy because I love fluffy cats. I have one of my own. Cats are great. I've made the chest very fluffy, and if I make a future video about fur, I will include how to make certain fur textures. Anyway, so here I am doing the legs and the paws. The thing with paws is that for larger, fluffier cats, I'd assume that the paws are quite large since it's probably a colder climate, and to keep on top of the snow, cats usually have larger paws. Actually, all animals for that matter. And I've made it a massively fluffy tail. This is kind of based off of my cat. Well, personality-wise, I mean, my cat looks at me like this all the time. He's very easily disappointed. I am not a good slave. Anyway, here's the 4B pencil. There we go, thumbs up. That's a slightly darker pencil, which we will use to make the outlines more punctual and maybe add a couple of details that we want before we actually start the whole inking process. I did eventually turn this into a girl, so I'm making the eyes slightly darker because, hey, you know what's a good way to show it's a female? By giving it mascara. Of course. Anyway, just adding some more fluff texture, which we already saw me doing. Yep, but just going over everything. Making individual toes. That's a fun little thing. Cat beans. Cat beans are cute. Just finishing up right there. Yep. Just touching everything up. Hackles are slightly up because, you know, along with the fact that it's disappointed, it might just feel a bit defensive. I don't know. Anyway, those are some disappointed eyebrows right there. Probably looking at her neighbor Karen, who is currently doing a very Karen thing. Yeah, her mouth is slightly open, cringing a little bit. You know, how all cats look at their slaves, aka humans. And there are some beautiful little whiskers right there, and little tufts above the ears. Because, again, she's very lynxy. I love lynxes. They're cute. I mean, you could probably tear me apart. But they're still cute kitty cats, right? Every cat can tear you apart. Here's the inking process. Here I am using the 8 on the Micron pen scale, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, here I am, and, yeah, I'm just outlining the eyes. Gonna give it some mascara later. But I'm just starting with a basic outline because I don't want to get into like the super small details on the first go. With pen, it's harder to do details because if you mess one up, then it's kind of hard to get it all back in order again because it's a pen, can't erase it. Yeah, but I just, a little screw up there. Ha. Yeah, but I go for the smaller pen now just to do smaller details like the cringing mouth. The mouth, it's kind of small, so it's a thinner line. But with things like the ears and the fur, I'd use the 8 because it's thicker and I can give it more of a floofy texture, if you will. My cat's he is both floofy and obese. That's a thing. But anyway, you didn't need to know that. I don't tend to make the insides of the ears too elaborate, but I do want them to be there, so I just put little lines like that kind of look like upside down question marks. The Sharpie I use for even fatter lines that the 8 can't do, because I don't think it gets any higher than 8. If it does, please tell me and I will look for that. Anyway, I'm using the Sharpie now. It's better. I mean, it bleeds a little bit, so it gives it more of like a hand-drawn, not artisanal, But it definitely does give it a thicker line, which is good for, like I said, drawing floofy hair, soft textures. And if you're really gentle with it, then I think you can get something really great out of it. Yeah, I'm just going over a couple things. Here, I'll show you my cat once the video's done, so that you can see, like, you can tell me how much it compares to him. I mean, it's more of a cartoony version, because I'm not going for hyper-realism with my cats. The whole thing with, the cartoony thing is that I like going for cartoony. You can believe that there are guts and stuff inside, like, it has some anatomy to it, but at the same time, it's very, very cartoony, and, you know, you wouldn't expect to see this exact cat walking on the street. If you did, that cat's probably not very healthy. Here I am, and I'm just going to erase everything so I can add further detail. And with that, I'm almost done. I accidentally erased the whiskers, but I'll probably notice that later and make them again. I mean, you saw the picture at the beginning of the video, so you definitely saw that it had whiskers. Yeah, I'd probably add a few other details off of screen. It's really up to you what you want to do with the details. But aside from that, oh yeah, whiskers, of course. And mascara, because it's not a female cat without mascara. I've learned that from the Warrior Cats fan base. Anyway, fan base, I don't know. Anyway, there's long, luscious whiskers. You can use those eyebrows whiskers to show emotion, I guess. Like, the lower eyebrow has slightly lower whiskers. Ooh, ow. Yeah, pretty much done with that. I'm just adding a few more details on camera so you can just, like, I mean, your options are very, 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 very wide. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing, and I don't even need to tell you that. You do you, you know? Like, you got this. Yeah. If this video is successful, I guess. Successful, I say that with quotation marks. I might try to do future videos on how to make different animals more cartoony, because I like drawing animals. Animals are, I mean, I guess you can tell by my username. Yeah, I love animals. I mean, the only part of my username that's really animal-y is the wolf part, but I also have a wolf as my profile, which, actually, like, millions of other people have that as their profile picture. It's not uncommon to find someone with, like, a galaxy wolf or something. No, mine's just, like, a wolf that I saw at the zoo, and I was like, oh, cool, wolf. Snapped a picture, and I was like, I need something for my profile. Anyway, yeah. So, end result. It's the oh my god Karen cat. Yeah, like I said before, maybe she's looking at her neighbor named Karen. Anyway, thank you for joining me today.